Four skills: reading, listening, writing, speaking. What skill? Reading skill. So just a writing essays will not work now. When your reading skill is poor, you are not able to understand what is written. Then why are you just wasting your time writing? You should couple it up. If you are spending time on writing for 4 hours, reduce it to 3 hours. 1 hour, start reading a novel. No. See, these are the important things. This is the truth. If I tell this, nobody will, hey, this guy, read it seems, reading a novel, it seems, this guy is mad, people say. But these are the things. Give it a thought. Read the question again. No, Sagar. No, Iftia. The question is not at all about traditional method of teaching. Read the question. Now everyone is getting confused. Some are getting scared. Do whoever gets 8? Do whoever gets 7? What is this? This guy, whenever I sit to his class, he always says mistakes, mistakes, mistake. I hate him. Hey everybody. So what we do today is I've picked a few of the essays. I'm going to review it right in front of you and help you understand what mistakes people have done. Some have not done, like very grave mistakes. Like this essay, the idea is all good, but still it will score 6.5. With respect to grammar, with respect to coherence cohesion, lexical resource, sometimes with respect to sentence formation, they say lacks. Though the idea is good. Sometimes the idea is completely off topic, sometimes it is not. Each and everything in detail we're gonna learn in the next 50 or 50 odd minutes. Fine. So let's quickly start with this. The growth of the online shopping will one day lead to all the shops in towns and cities closing. It will lead to the closure of the physical stores. Online shopping will lead to closure of the physical stores. Agree, disagree. Think about Amazon and write. Very simple. But how you write matters. Let's read this. To begin with, online shopping helps us to buy anything from any part of the world. We can make our selection from the wider available options on e-commerce websites, as on those platforms everyone has the opportunity to display their businesses or products from across the world. So the person has written the decent idea, but then this was not required. No, what is this trying to say? Everyone has the opportunity to display their business. The point is not about your business. Point is about closure of the local shops. He should have stopped it right here, as this is misleading. This is no way related to the question. Not a grave mistake, but still, this was not required. Can anyone tell me, is the usage of the word whereas correct? Is the usage of the word whereas correct? We saw this in the previous class as well. Still, people are repeating their mistakes because once they learn the wrong things, it will stay with you for a very long time. Let's say it has stayed with you for almost 6 years. And all of a sudden, this guy comes and tells you, change it. Your mind will say, no, I can't change. You need to put equal amount of effort to change that. I went to a shop on right side, whereas my mom took the left. Whereas acts as a connector. So I went to a shop on the right side, whereas it's continuation. If you want to put a comma, you put, I don't mind, but this is not a full stop. And then you cannot put something like this, whereas that's wrong. Getting it? So next time, if you're making a similar mistake, remind yourself that this is a very grave mistake you cannot do. This is a continuation, don't put a full stop. But how about I want to start the sentence with whereas? You can definitely start. Whereas may not be the precise example, but I'm just showing you how to write using the word whereas in the beginning. Whereas I took the right turn, my mom took the left. In this way also I can write, but whereas needs two things. It has to connect two things. You cannot just put a full stop and say whereas. Getting it? Anyone didn't understand? Let me know. So here full stop shouldn't come. Or you want to put a full stop, you put what is the apt word instead of whereas? Anybody? Perfect or not? But besides is not fitting in exactly. Although, no, I'll tell you just it. However, Shravani, perfect. However, it's a comparison. You're comparing it, so you put the word however. See, whereas is a subordinate. Sorry. Whereas is a subordinate conjunction. What is a subordinate conjunction? Since I went to a hotel, I could eat a lot. I could eat a lot since I could go to a hotel. Both are same. Subordinate conjunction creates a dependency. Since I went to a hotel, you cannot put a full stop. The same way, since although, please pay more attention, very, very subtle things. Though, if, when, they're all subordinate. Like this, there could be 50 more subordinate conjunction. Whereas is also one of them. You have to use the word whereas the way you use the word although, though, if, when, while. Thanks, Iftia. Getting it, just it. All right. So this is a very simple, silly mistake. However, local stores may have limited range of products. For instance, let's say Sagar is on the mic. Okay, he's the chief guest of a function. He's on the mic, and he took. For instance, I was looking to buy furniture from a store. Then I started browsing e-commerce websites and found many other options. Don't you think the person has written the way one speaks? Yes or no? Not the way one writes, the way one speaks. Speaking and writing are two different things, especially writing an essay in Ielts and speaking, two different things. Speaking, you can speak in an informal way, but writing, it should be formal way. What is this, Nakul? Formal, informal. Tell us more clearly. You would know this, but for instance, I was looking to buy furniture from a store. Then I started browsing websites and found many other options. Therefore, selection can be limited from the online catalog and it may attract still fine. So now the task is I want all of you to try rephrasing this sentence and try in a formal way possible. Nakul, I don't know what exactly you're talking about. Give it a try. I'm going to show you how to write in a formal way. So this is not the way you write in an IELTS essay. Give it a thought. Just this, whatever I have highlighted, just that bubble in the red. I would want you to rephrase the sentence. It should mean the same. Rephrase or change the format, change few words, but make sure you write a formal way. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Nobody? Good one, Mohit. Ramesh, no, I don't want the word. Okay, by the way, what is informal? What is formal? When you say formal, you don't use the word I. You can use it in some cases, but most of the times, you're not allowed to use the word I. Good one, Krunal. Excellent, Praful. See, Praful has written it without using the word I. Instead of buying, sorry, home appliances from local store, it can be purchased from e-commerce websites anytime from anywhere with many more options available. This is how you write. For instance, there are many e-commerce websites which provide you the opportunity to look the furniture for their site. Okay, you've written it, I mean, like formal way, may not, may mean the same if they are. All right. So here the problem was, Sorban says, for instance, one will get one. Okay, I personally don't prefer this, but if you write, we will not say it is wrong. But I personally don't prefer it. That's, I mean, that's my personal. I mean, the preference. I would not prefer to write one will get, one will get. Who is that one? It's not so clear. So that's called a nominalization. You apply nominalization, personalization, nominalization, personalization. I want to eat ice cream today. Nominalization. Eating ice cream is so fun. Nominalization is when you remove the word I. How do you remove? You see the verb, add ing. I was looking to buy for buying furniture from a store can be really cumbersome if you go to a physical store. However, opting for an e-commerce website can soothe this process, as e-commerce website allows you to choose from a variety of options. I've told this in the videos, whatever we have given you in the beginning, nominalization, changing. This is one of the simplest ways to restructure your sentences. Hope promise you're getting it. See the verb and add ing and start making a sentence. Automatically, you will figure out the best way to write it. I'm going to show you how I've written. For example, any physical store will have minimum variety of products compared to the virtual stores, as virtual stores just display the product and may procure it from different shops later. This lack of options in physical store may give virtual store an edge over it, leading to the closure of physical shops one day. Probably I've not like explained completely. Probably here you could have written more about the fact, how they do it, why physical stores will have minimum things, but all my point is I've converted this. I then I started looking into e-commerce websites and found that I've changed it to the formal way of writing. Abhishek says, for instance, there are unlimited options of buying furniture online, while local stores have only selected designs. Beautiful. You've written better than me, Abhishek. Good one. Something like this. Try doing it. How do I develop? When you try doing it, now you know what it is. Correct. So next time before you write I, because it's so easy to write I was looking, for example, I was doing this, then I did this. It's so easy. So when it becomes difficult, you tend to go away from it. When it becomes difficult, that's where you have to start. So next time when you feel like writing I, avoid writing I and try to generalize it. Any doubts? So this ideas are fine to an extent, but this will, if I were the examiner, I wouldn't have given 7 because I feel the person deserves one more chance. The person needs little more little more improvement in terms of sentence formation. Any doubts on this? If no doubts, we will take up the next. All right, covered. Next one. Okay. Secondly, the introduction of e-commerce in shopping saves a lot of time and travel cost to the stores because one can stay at his place and order anything from any part of the world. Idea is precise. What is the main idea? Idea is it's could be saving a lot of time because you don't have to travel to and fro. You can sit at your place at the just tip of your fingertip. I mean, at the touch of your fingertip, you can order. Idea is solid, but When I read it, I couldn't understand what this travel cost the stores means. Can anyone tell me, please, if you understood the introduction of e-commerce and shopping saves a lot of time and travel cost to the stores. To the store, how it can cost to the customer, it makes sense. Yes or no? I mean, I just reviewed it probably 2 hours ago, so I'm just cross verifying whether my review is correct or not. Stores is not making sense, right? Anybody? Correct? Is the only Sagar says, or rest also agrees? Stores is not making sense. Ramesh, hope you got it. By mistake, you would have written to the customers or remove this. No. Sometimes it's better to write less. The more we write, the more mistakes we make because in your thoughts you would be correct. And when a reader reads it, it leads to confusion. Because one can stay at his place and order anything from any part of the world, thus saving time and travel expenses. Okay, is the sentence correct? See, these are the basic things. I may be talking about the very basic things, but people have problem on this. How many of you think this sentence is correct? It may be correct, I don't know. Just because I highlighted, you don't have to say no. Okay, how do we correct it? I don't want to add anything. Listen to my question. I don't want to add anything, any word. I want to correct it. Correct the grammar. Something I have to remove. Can anyone tell me what is that? You'd get a gift if you are correct. A skills PT or a skills IELTS t-shirt. I don't want to add a word. I don't want to add thus it is saving. I don't want to add it. I don't want to add anything. I want to remove something so that the sentence becomes grammatically correct. What I have to remove? Thus I have to remove. Is that correct? Thus is fine. Thus is not doing anything. Travel, no. Along with this, I have to remove one more thing. Thus, just removing this is not going to make sense. From any part of the world, full stop. Thus, remove any part of the world, full stop. Saving time and traveling is not making sense, no. What I have to remove along with this? I have to remove the full stop. Full stop is the problem. Is getting it. How many of you heard this? I went to a hotel thinking about Jason. Give it a thought. These are all subtle things, little, like tricky things to comprehend. I went to a hotel and I was thinking about Jason. I went to a hotel, comma, and while going, I was thinking about Jason. If I don't want to use and, then you put a full stop. No, I don't want to use full stop. Then you use ing. ing tells you to continue the statement. I went to a hotel thinking about Jason. This is a continuation. So here, saving is a continuation. Because one can stay at his place and order anything from the world online, saving time and travel expenses. It's a continuation. So you can remove the full stop. If you want a full stop, thus it saves time. Is getting it? Correct, just it. Thus it saves time, or thus this saves time, or thus such scenario saves time. Noun has to come. If you don't want a noun, then don't put a full stop. You remove the full stop, then you have to put ing. Just because you put a full stop, you cannot say save time. Thus, saving time and travel expenses totally fine without a full stop. Any doubts? Let me know. Someone didn't understand? Let me know. It's a continuation of a sentence. You have to use ing, then full stop is not required. All right, that's one aspect to it. Another aspect, for instance, can you make it compound by adding and from any part of the world, and thus it saves time, not and thus saving time. This is wrong. This is wrong. See, if you're making a compound sentence, what's a compound sentence? Anybody quickly? I know I'm just deviating, but I'm just making sure that your basics are all perfect. What is a compound statement? How many independent sentence should be there? Two independent sentence. What is an independent sentence? Sentence with a noun of subject, verb, object, thus saving time and travel. Here, after and, where is the noun? There is no noun, correct? So thus and thus, this is saving time or it saves time and travel. Any doubts? Getting it? Sorry for digging deep into it. All right, but that's a good question. If yeah, people make this mistake when they're not sure. Let's say Meenakshi reviewed and said right mix of sentences. So next essay, you just put and, thinking hey, I made a complex statement, sorry, compound statement, but grammatically wrong. Getting it? The basics should be fixed first. Great. Another aspect, for instance, once upon a time, I was looking to buy spare parts for my phone. However, those parts are not, it's were not, first of all, you're talking about once upon a time, were not available in my home country. I searched them online, and you know what? I ordered it from another country. Thereby, thereby is a continuation. You don't put a full stop, you put word therefore. It helped me in reducing the cost of the travel. Okay, I thought I let you write it because we have a lot of things still. I'm going to show you how I've written this. Again, this is pure informal. Once upon a time, oh, please don't use all these poetic terms. I was looking to buy. No. Okay, so how do we do that? There are many cases where one may have to search vigorously for a particular product in multiple physical stores, which lead to wastage of time and ultimately traveling cost increases. However, the situation can be avoided if the same option can be achieved online effectively. However, if the same option can be achieved online, it certainly pushes people to opt for online all the time, thus ensuring. See here, comma, ing. I'm not put a full stop. And thus, it ensures, or thus ensuring the closure of the physical shop. I've just translated this. Once upon a time, I was looking for some spare parts. I couldn't find it. Then I searched online in another country. I found it. See, avoiding personal example. Personal example doesn't mean that you have to use the word I. Personal example is example from whatever you have seen. This is a personal example. At the same time, this is also a personal example. There are many cases. Yes, this is a personal example. I've seen this. Okay, entire essay. See, there is no such rule that you should avoid I. In this essay, I will discuss. Can I write? Oh, no problem. But avoid as much as possible. That is my only intention because there is a better way to write it. Okay, once upon a time here, it was not available in my home country. I ordered it from another country. There are many cases where one may have to search for a particular product in multiple stores. You can add some masalas here and there. You have to waste your time and traveling cost, blah 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 blah. However, this may not be the case with the online stores. With online stores, there are a lot of options and the ease of, the lot of options with which you can easily buy the product at your convenience. Therefore, this pushes people to opt for online all the time, ensuring the closure of the physical shop. Formal writing, the previous was informal. So it's not about not using I. You can use I in the worst case. but avoid using because there is a better way to write it. All right, fine. This was just a small thing I wanted to show with respect to sentence formation. This essay is good with respect to ideas, but this will not score 7. I'm telling you frankly, but the person has the skill, the person will improve in some time because the person is understanding the mistakes. Because his skill is good, his ideas are good, he has not deviated. Getting it? So sentence formation and all he has to modify. All right. Can anyone tell me what has to be written in the para 2 and the para 3? Take your time. It is not very straightforward. Take your time. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Don't write the entire essay. I just need the bulletins. Para 2, not para 1, para 2, this. Para 3, this. Give it a thought and write. All right. So here itself, I'm going to show you why many will end up getting 6.5 and then think, I followed everything, man. This is my 13th coaching center. You can't believe. Everyone is a fake, man. All 13. I'm still not getting score. I don't know, yaar. It's all spam, isn't it? I'm going to prove. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just telling you the reality. I also felt the same when I got 5.5. I'm just showing the real thing. Okay, let me just read it. If they are okay, if they are says conventional method of no, it's not clear. I mean, it's not complete. Classroom teaching helps interaction, direct discussion with their professors, lack of technologies, roads, infrastructure. Guys, all I want is para 2, what you should write, para 3, what you should be writing. All right, Kaval says, para 2, in the past, technology was not developed, so students have to attend lectures, no other ways to review lecture. Okay, para 2, please be patient. Maybe I'm taking a little more time to explain you understand, to help you understand, but it's crucial. Para 2, one person is saying, I don't know if it is correct or not. Is that correct? Sorban is saying, you should discuss about the olden days teaching methods in a classroom. Mohit says this, lectures were used for teaching many students at a time in the past. That is para 2. Para 3, now with technology, lectures not needed. Sorban says para 3 should discuss about modern ways of teaching like online classes, e-learning, podcasts. Shravani says in the past, lectures were used blackboards, whereas in present, computer projectors are used. Nikesh says para 2, there was physical attendance requirement, physical interaction gives more attentiveness. Abhishek says para 2. No one-to-one interaction by studying online and only a teacher can understand student's mind. Okay, can anyone tell where is online written? I know where it is written. It's an online class, by the way. It's the first thing we're assuming. We're not being conscious. Everyone is wrong. I tell you what, where you're going. One generic statement. What is that? You are not understanding the question. Nakul, everybody says this. Please put it in a different way. No, you are not understanding the question. Discuss both the views. What is the first view? Okay, now I'm dragging. No, Budika. What is the first view? They're saying discuss both the views. What is the first view? Guys, give it a thought. Give it a thought. This is where an IELTS examiner, a very intelligent person, going little ahead of you. Classroom teaching, no. Give it a thought. Read the question again. No, Sagar. No, Iftia. The question is not at all about traditional method of teaching. Read the question. Now everyone is getting confused. Some are getting scared. Do whoever gets 8, do whoever gets 7, what is this? This guy, whenever I sit to his class, he always says mistakes, mistakes, mistake. I hate him. Discuss both the views. What is the first view? In the past, lectures were used as a way. Yes, just yet. First view is attending a lecture. What is second view? Hey, don't attend, man. Technology has so much improved. Why do you want to attend? That's all it is. No, just yet. Guys, pay more attention. In the past, lectures were used as a way of teaching large number of students. All right. This is not what they are trying to say. All they are trying to say in the past, lectures were used as a way to teach many students were there. But now with the development of technology, many people think there is no justification. First view, there is no justification. Second view, hey, there is justification. Is getting it, getting it. Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. This is what you're supposed to write. Or you can interchange. No, not pros and cons. Technology has improved so much. Should you attend? Sagar says, yes, why not? I think we have to attend the lectures by going there physically and sitting or whatever online class also. I don't care. We should attend the lecture. The person is teaching should attend because when we do that, it inculcates discipline, it inculcates urge, and also we can talk to the lecturer, understand the things, get feedback. But Jasjit says, hey, no, man, I'm in Australia. I don't have time. My timing is different. I will learn by myself. What that lecture? Everything is available. I will in Google that what a course is it? Something is that I will do it myself. I don't want to attend lectures. There is justification to attend lecture. What Sagar told, yes, 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 you have to attend. You need a teacher. The teacher should talk about all these things. You should be there to ask the question back. Blah 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 blah. It should happen in that time only. Jasjit says, keep quiet, man. Please keep quiet. Don't say all these things. My timings are different. I will go with some Coursera or I will learn it by myself. This is what you are supposed to write. Getting it? Yes or no? So this is happening because you are not understanding the question. Yes, Nakul, I took your, you know, guidelines. Read the question 10 times. I read 11 times, but still I didn't understand because consciousness. You are not being conscious to what you read. You read and you were too impatient to think of the possibilities. You just went with it. Hey, this is first view, second view is this, and you talk about hey, lectures are very good, large number of students, blah 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 blah. Now you can attend online class. That is not the question. The question is really nice, I'm telling you. Something like this, Even more complex can come. Just read it, try to understand, not by putting so much of effort. Just relax, read it, give it a thought, use your conscience. You will understand what has to be written. Discuss both the views. First view, lectures are very important. You need a teacher. You have to sit there, understand. It's not about online class. The question is not about online class. It's a lecture. You need feedback. After that, you need to take exam. The teacher should be there. Blah 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 blah. He should guide you. Else, you will misunderstand. Next, lectures are not required because science and technology has improved so much. Even though you are in, let's say, 8th standard, you can study engineering, man. Just Google it, apply for a course. You can do a self study. You can do it on your own. There is no need of attending lectures. That is what you are supposed to write. This has no relevance. Only this has relevance to the question. Justify. Yes, you have to attend. No, no, no. Don't attend. That's all you are supposed to write. To begin with, this is a body paragraph 1, body 1, that is para 2. Most of the teachers teach subjects through lectures only. This is because there is no proper schedule or structure made for teaching. Wrong idea. For instance, the instructor may start the lecture related to one topic today and may end the topic on the same day because doesn't have proper guidelines. This is not the question at all. My method, what is my method? Always start with conclusion in your mind. What is the conclusion now? Hence, first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Hence, lectures are very important, and this above statement justifies why lectures need to be attended despite the growth in technology. If you follow, a lot of people don't follow. I'm telling you, the methods are made only for this. Your mind needs some method, else you will fall for the trap. Think of conclusion, or if you are going for a computer based, write the conclusion. And here, this FKJJ, blah 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 blah, whatever you write should justify this. Don't you see this as no like an important method, a useful method that helps you not to deviate from the question? This has to be the conclusion for the body paragraph 1. Here, I will write something so that this goes with it. That's all. Next, the same way, body paragraph 2. Hence, lectures are not required. And this above statement justifies why lectures need not be attended. As the sentence may not be correct, you can remove this. And now write above. Science and technology has really improved. You can do a self-study on your own, blah, 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 blah. You don't need a lecture today, correct? You can do a study with your friend and understand. Everything is available online. In the online, there are some comments with which you can understand. Someone would have posted the same question in a forum. Some student would have posted the same question, what you have in your mind. You read the question, you read the answers. Why you want a lecture in that way, you have to justify. Any doubts? I didn't understand, I didn't properly get it. Please let me know. I'm okay to explain it clearly again. Understood? Happy? All right. On the other hand, it is widely discussed that attending lectures is not reasonable these days. Makes sense because one can attend the sessions or the lesson at their ease. There is no time limitation with the advancement of technology, and teachers can record the session and update them in the specific portal. Good idea. I'm telling you, right? This also is written by the same person. This was wrong, that management guidelines. This is good. Why you want to attend? Teachers can record it. You watch it later. Why you want a teacher? And update them in a specific portal. Still fine, but now the representation changes. For example, one topic can be divided into multiple segments, and students can go through them as per the requirement and need not to learn the complete topic. What is this? With the development in technology, student can attend the session with more interest and concentration. Why? No meaning at all. Coherence, cohesion, zero. randomly shooting the point. So this is where the person again went wrong. To tell you clearly, the question is about should you attend the lecture or should you not? Discuss both the views. You have to attend the lecture. If you sit for a lecture online or in a class, you get that urge to read. That lecture would know how to motivate you, how to put the right thoughts, how to evoke the right questions. So you have to attend. Next para, you don't need to attend because technology is so forward, everything you can study at the touch of your finger. You don't need a lecture. In that way, you're supposed to write. Any doubts? All good? All good? No doubts? Great. Hope you understood. Understand the question clearly, consciously, and that requires skill. What skill can anyone tell me? When I read it, I have to understand the way it is meant. What skill I need for that? Quickly. Four skills: reading, listening, writing, speaking. What skill? Reading skill. So just a writing essays will not work now. When your reading skill is poor, you are not able to understand what is written. Then why are you just wasting your time writing? You should couple it up. If you are spending time on writing for 4 hours, reduce it to 3 hours. 1 hour, start reading a novel. No. See, these are the important things. This is the truth. If I tell this, nobody will, hey, this guy, read it seems, reading a novel, it seems, this guy is mad, people say. But these are the things that is helpful. When you're reading, you're not understanding, and you're writing whatever you understood the way you wanted, scores will not improve. So reading skill has to improve, correct? For reading skills, what is the only way? Read books. See, all I'm telling you is the truth, whatever I have experienced. So you have to make time to read novels as well. Great. All right. Okay, this question we even discussed in the WhatsApp group the other day. The person again sent after seeing, looking at all your responses. Again, it went wrong. Some people say that mobile phones should not be allowed in public places. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? My mind says there is one important keyword. If you are not conscious, you would miss that. Which is that word in the first line? Important word are there. Word is there. Looking at it, try to be a trainer now and think. Students will most probably miss that word. Excellent, Sagar. Public places, excellent, Budika, excellent, Iftia. So when you become a trainer, you'd be, you would be much more responsible than a student, and you can't miss it. So try to become a trainer and think of a question and read and understand what a student would miss. He would completely ignore this. When you ignore this, your scores will be zero. The question is not about just not using mobile phones. It's all about public places. Others says, hey, they should use wherever they like. Public place, private place should be given. Phones can disturb an individual and those around them from achieving their goals. So no, don't say this. No, why you want to go to that level, higher level ideas, isn't it? If you allow them in the public places, it could create chaos. It could disturb others. So better put them in a silent mode. If you really want to use, that's what it is required to write. Phones can disturb and you know from achieving their goals. While a person is concentrating on the studies, work or family time, comma, the phones can distract them from continuing that specific job or task. Question is about public place. Where is public place written? Nowhere. Person has forgotten public place. He's in a hurry to write. Shouldn't happen in the exam. Be more careful. This is because mobile users often receive messages or calls which are unexpected. A survey Central Library had published showed that phones are number one disaster. The entire thing is wrong. Because getting it, possible mistakes can happen like this in your exam as well. Be more calm, composed, understand the question, what has to be written, think about it, revise it, see through it multiple times, cross check with your question. Only when you're damn sure about it, okay, I'm 100% sure this is what is asked, then start writing. Discuss both the views. So, first view is wrong now. Second view, phone should be allowed. Let's say what the person writes. In regards to emergency or during emergency, phones play a vital role in communication. Good one. This is mainly because people who are in need of treatment or assistance need to directly contact the services they require as quickly as possible. For example, over 50 deaths have been prevented this year after people have collapsed in the streets of London after a heart attack, and thankfully, members of the public have stepped in to call emergency services to intervene as soon as possible. Okay, I feel the idea is good, but don't you think it is not represented to the question? Nowhere the person is, like highlighting that phone should be present, phone should be allowed in the public places. Though he has written it in a different way, probably. That is hidden, I feel. Probably if the phones were not allowed, it could have caused a lot of problems to the people during emergency. One or two words could have, cleared his thought. He's written in puzzles. Looking at this answer, let's say if I have not read the question, looking at this answer, I will not be able to guess the question correctly. Another reason is that people are starting to make a living by using their phones and so need to check their devices more regularly at any given point. Very vague point. He alone knows what he's writing. I mean, I'm sure about it. He knows what he's writing. But as a reader, we are not able to reach to his thoughts. That's a writing skill problem. He's not expressing it clearly. And public place, nowhere it is written here. And here it is fine to an extent, but could have been represented in a much better way. This again will not give you 7 for sure. This is to 100% wrong. This is half of it. The representation is not so good. 6 if I was the examiner. If Meenakshi is the examiner, what is the score? Anybody? 5.5, 100%. 100%, 5.5. If she gives 5.5, I'll give 6. If she gives 6.5, I may give 6.5 or I may give 7. But she will never give more than what I give. Even if we don't know which one we are reviewing. Same essay if we review together side by side. Hers will be lesser than whatever. But that's good. In a way that is good. All right. Fine. We will move to the next one. Okay. This I reviewed like an hour ago. I think Suchitra says the essay is good. Let's understand if there are any mistakes. Some people think the best way to reduce crime is to give longer. Read the question. Best way to reduce crimes. Give it a thought. Read the question. Every word is important. Is to give longer prison sentences. However, others believe there are better alternative ways of reducing crime. Discuss both of these. This is, you can read it and tell me if there are any mistakes. Don't simply say mistakes are there. There could not be any mistakes also. This is para 2. Okay, any problem in the answer? Good one, Sagar. No, Suchitra, you're all good. Don't worry. Few people strongly recommend offenders must be punished. Long-term imprisonment because creates a fear among other public. If you're today giving long-term prison sentence, people who are outside the gym, not the gym, sorry, sorry, outside the jail, right? Outside the, I mean, the jail, who are going to be prisoners, who are going to be criminals in some days, that will stop them from doing so because they have that fear in their mind and they stay away from committing crime. Apart from that, the intensity of such law and order, no problem. That is what the question is. Let them think twice, forces them to think twice. Few small mistakes are there, but totally fine before indulging in any criminal activity. Correct, right? Such a big long term prison sentence will make them think twice before cutting off someone's head. For instance, Gulf countries punish their offenders with lifetime prison sentences. Okay, can anyone tell me grammatically the sentence is wrong? What has to be done? Okay, why it is wrong? Quickly. That's okay, Sagar. You can close it with an example. Yes, Mohit. Mohit says it's okay. Few grammatical mistakes are there. Otherwise, it is good. So, Chitra, can you tell us? You wrote this. Where can you find a grammatical mistake here? Not the small, small. The yeah, big mistake is there. Just the sentence formation mistake is there. Where it has to come, Nikesh, connector. Guys, these are the very crucial things. By just looking at it, punish us. No, Sagar. Countries punish. Most Gulf countries punish. Shall I tell or I'll give you time? Nobody? Guys, come on. Someone is saying, tell sir, Kingston. Fix it, Buddhika. You're right, fix it. Perfect. Someone wrote it. Krunal. What has to come after that, Krunal? Okay, is the sentence correct? No, Buddhika. No, Nikesh. Is this sentence correct? Why it is not correct? Here it is so easy to say. Why not here? It's the same sentence. No. What has to come? How do I fix it? I went to a hotel while I was thinking about Jason. This is end of a sentence, correct? I went to a hotel I went to a hotel while I was thinking about Jason. Opening brace, closing brace, done and dusted. I could eat a lot is a new sentence, Baba, and I could eat a lot. Or I went to a hotel and while I was thinking about Jason, I could eat a lot. I went to a hotel is one sentence. While I was thinking about Jason, I could eat a lot. Another sentence. Two sentences, connector. So here, most Gulf countries punish their offenders with lifetime prison sentences, especially for murder and rape. First sentence. While thinking about these proceedings itself, civilians may become discouraged to commit a crime. Second sentence. Where is the connector? Not full stop, Ramesh. If you put a full stop, yeah, full stop is fine. Or you can put a connector as well. You can put a full stop here before, while, or after rape, or you can put a comma and you can put. These are the small, small things. Nakul, can this get 7? Yes, if I was the examiner, I would have still given 7, thinking the person would have missed to proofread. I'm good at heart. I would have given 7. Meenakshi would have given 6.5. So that's the reason they say sometimes it depends on the examiner. These things, right? It purely depends on examiner. The idea is good. Small mistake the person has made, maybe forgot to put a full stop. Did you forget to put a full stop, Suchitra? Or was it a mistake? First, did you forget to put a full stop or was it a mistake? Mistakes. So she should not be given 7. This is fine. This is still fine. I would have given 7. But let's read. Let's read. The reason why I took her essay is not for this and or putting a full stop. The reason why I took her essay is for this. Please pay attention. Something really, 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 really important. Discuss both the views. The first way has been discussed here. Second view is what? Others believe there are alternative ways of reducing crime. Read it. How many of you think this is correct? Okay, how many of you think it's incorrect? The writer says mistake. Suchitra says mistake. Abhishek says mistake. Kunal says mistake. Excellent, Sagar. Perfect, Mohit. Yes, Kunal. Para talks about after crime, after doing crime, but the question is not about after doing crime. How do you stop them from doing it? Reduce a crime overall. So this rehabilitation is wrong. We still have 2 minutes. I don't want to really waste it. Let's make use of it. Can anyone get me ideas? I don't want to essay. I just need idea. Bulletins. This could have been written. What is that? Quickly. Excellent, Sagar. Think about why crime happens. Which is a good one. No, Ramesh. Is imposing fines will do? Does imposing fines is a good idea? Mm, but longer punishment only, longer prison only is not helping. Imposing fine may not be a very good idea compared to the other available ideas. Think of the base, the basic things. Why crime will happen? Crime happens. Jealousy, Nakul. Okay. Apart from that, someone doesn't like someone. Why? Economic inequality. Some have job, some do not have job, some got education, got a good work, some did not. So all this you bring in here. You go to the crux of it and talk. Education methods can be improved. For all the kids out there, you can put in good thoughts in their mind. Help them get better jobs, better salaried jobs. So thereby you can start minimizing the crime overall. That is poverty. Yeah, that is what the paper setter is expecting you to say. The alternative ways is that good education, ensuring everyone gets good job, ensuring decline in the poverty, those things. Any doubts? Banning drugs, curfew after 9, not so okay with it. I am pretty sure I wanted education, I wanted decline in the poverty, those things only for this particular question. CCTV cameras. Okay, I cannot deny that CCTV camera is a good idea. But online crime can happen, no? Anyway, the cybercrime can happen. So it's a good thought should be put in at the first place. Okay. Empowering offenders with job and education. No, this is before they become offenders, Mohit. The question. Fine, guys. Any doubts you have? You can urban, sorry, not methods, education towards their focus on their future. Good one. Any doubts you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, I think it's time. We have spent exact 1 hour. A lot of learning, a lot of new things. So always understand there is no end to essay learning. I took the class. Just 3 days is enough. Fourth day I'll give exam. You may get 8, you may get 5. There's no end to learning. It's always learning. It's learning for me as well every day. But make sure whenever you read the question, it's a puzzle. Try to solve the puzzle with the correct answer. If you have this mindset, everybody can get 7 plus in the exam. Fine, just saying this, we'll park it here. Thanks much for your time. Monday evening, I think, listening live mock. We're going to come back till then. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.